Batman and Superman are about to get more than they bargained for. For if they're to save humanity from the fires of Devil Nezha, the world's finest must go toe-to-toe with the protector of Sector 2814, Hal Jordan's Green Lantern. Hot damn on a stick, folks. Batman Superman World's Finest is absolutely awesome. It's a beautifully and well-executed blend of fast-paced action with terrific plotting that continuously feeds new information to keep the readers engaged and invested with this growing story. The sense of escalation works so incredibly well because of what Mark Waid and Dan Mora have created. And yeah, I gotta be honest, this is perhaps the most fun superhero story I've read in 2022. Both creators know exactly how to create even greater hype with fan service that helps elevate the impact of what is going on in the story, while also adding in ideas which on paper sound completely ludicrous, yet they work amazingly well, and it's great. Having both Batman and Superman essentially come together in a Dragon Ball Z way was super badass. And again, it's one of those things where if you were to say it to someone in person via actual living words, the idea might sound stupid, but the way that it's executed here in the comic is awesome, and it's totally warranted. To add more wrinkle to the situation, as Robin and Supergirl return to the present, someone or something is causing a time storm, and Robin ends up getting displaced in time. I love how this could potentially tie into DarkCrisis or Flashpoint Beyond, or maybe it's something else entirely that Waid is planning, which in case you guys don't know, later in September, the title will spin into Waid's upcoming Batman vs. Robin mini, which will also tie in events that happen in Shadow War. Lastly, when it comes to the narrative, I'm always a fan for the cliche hidden enemy that's building its power in the background. Whether it's White Walkers, the armies of Mordor, or Thanos, that big bad who's consolidating all his power always pumps me up, and I'm excited to find out on who or what Devil Nezha is afraid of, and why he's so hell-bent on taking over the world. When it comes to the book's art, Dan Mora's art is always a blessing for the eyes. Each issue so far has been absolutely outstanding, and this issue is no different. Moore fantastically draws out a battle between the three iconic heroes, pulling out all the stops, capturing the sheer magnitude of the power that each of these heroes brings to the table, while still giving plenty of respect to all the characters without anyone looking like a pushover. Moore's designs are memorizing, and his paneling is intense, which becomes more creative and less standardized for the action sequences, as he balances against effective and eye-catching spreads that heighten the big moments. However, the highlight was the design for the Emerald Super Bat. Now, Moore showcased the concept on his Twitter, and it left me speechless. I literally thought about it as fan art, because the idea was so ridiculous. But the more I admired the breathtaking design, the more I felt that I was far too professional to be fan art. Tamara Bondvillain's colors pop and bring Moore's art to life in a way that's awe-worthy and memorable, while Aditya Badari also gets to have some fun with some creative lettering. Overall, high-energy antics continue to live up to the name of World's Finest. Mark Waid and Dan Mora are giving us a summer blockbuster with so many guest appearances, a grave evil, and awesome eye candy. World's Finest has captured the best aspects of superhero storytelling and condensed them into an amazing series that should be recommended to anyone. Batman Superman World's Finest issue number 4 gets a sexy 10 out of 10. Our story picks up exactly where the last issue left off, with Green Lantern revealing himself to be possessed by the Devil Nezha, as he uses the power ring to construct a cage to trap the World's Finest. Now, while Superman is using all of his might to bend the bars, that's when a barrage of energy projected buzzsaws are headed straight for them, which shatter the cage in the process. And while Batman is able to dodge them, the saws cut through the flesh of Superman, much to Batman's surprise. Enraged by this, Superman fires his heat vision at Green Lantern, but Hal absorbs it into his power ring. And that's when Bruce notes that the only way the energy constructs from Green Lantern's ring could be affecting Clark's body this badly is if they were augmented by magic. And thus that is when we see the arrival of the Devil Nezha. And from there he attacks Batman from behind, picking him up by the neck, wondering what a mere human thinks of himself to have the courage to stand amongst gods. But the Cape Crusader demands to know what the villain wants, and Nezha lets him know that he's coming for everything. For nearly 4,000 years he was denied a world that was rightfully his. And though magic was the thing that entombed him, he knew it would also be the key to his release. Thus, he was forced to create his own, rune by rune, syllable by syllable, for 3 millennia driven solely by the nightmares of a world deprived of his guidance, Nezha preserved. But when he emerged from his tomb, prepared for opposition, he was instead nauseated by how little civilization had advanced. For he was disappointed to see a world pitifully divided by humans, and their fight against not only nature, but worst of all, their own kind. And so Devil Nezha saw the desperate need of discipline and began to use the power of possession to seize implements of change by picking his champions, the weak-minded superheroes and supervillains. And so with that, Nezha lets Batman know that he desires every kingdom on the planet to be his, in order to control and to forge his indomitable army. But that's when the world's greatest detective sees right through Nezha's facade, wondering why the devil wants an army, noting that there must be an enemy that worries even the immortal Nezha, which is why he's rushing to take out the heroes off the board, because he's worried that they'll defeat him like the warriors of Xi. And so yeah, this fury angers the devil, who spats Batman away like an insect. Meanwhile, Green Lantern overpowers Superman by constructing an energy-projected axe to behead the Man of Tomorrow. But that's when Batman dives in front of his friend, creating an impenetrable shield using Dr. Alchemy's Philosopher's Stone. From there, he lets Clark know that they need to retreat, at least for now. Picking up in ancient China during the year of 1579 BC, we have Supergirl and Robin, who have just been told the only way to seal Devil Nezha in his tomb. However, they are stunned, because whatever it is that they were told by the legend warriors of Xi clearly isn't ideal. But regardless, seeing that they're both out of time, the two heroes bid their farewells as Supergirl takes off with Robin, tearing her way through a time rift in order to travel to the future. However, they soon find themselves stuck in a time storm, which was ideally caused by some idiot who's trying to change history. Well, whatever the reason is, it's creating turbulence within the time stream, and it causes Supergirl to lose her grip to Robin. Thus, the Boy Wonder falls through the warp, getting displaced somewhere in time. Meanwhile, we pick up with Green Lantern, obliterating the Philosopher's Stone, but Bruce hits upon the idea, and he lets Clark know that Hal Jordan's willpower is the key. It's why he's able to control the Green Lantern's power ring. But with him under Devil Nezha's control, it has to be compromised to some extent. However, it's still stronger than that of Clark or Bruce's, but maybe not Batman and Superman's combined. And so with that, the Dark Knight and the Man of Steel concentrate with one thought between, focusing on incapacitating Green Lantern by drawing the power ring off his finger and willing it to their grasp. Thus, the ring flings towards them, leaving Hal Jordan powerless. And from there, it fuses the world's finest heroes into one being, the Dark Knight of Steel. Now, with Hal collapsing on the ground unconscious, the Devil Nezha summons more of his possessed superheroes, including Dinah Lance's Black Canary, Ronnie Raymond's Firestorm, Wally West's Kid Flash, and many, many others, in order to attack the Kryptonian Knight. And with the Devil Nezha beginning to possess the population of Earth via his magic to transform them into his army, the Emerald Crusader of Tomorrow uses the Green Lantern's light to defend against the cabal of possessed superheroes. But that's when the Doom Patrol contacts Batman, letting them know that they found Nezha's tomb, and the location is on a little island near the island of Koto Maltese. And the chief, he thinks that the tomb that held him before is perhaps the key and is the way to imprison him again. And so with the Doom Patrol telling Superbat to lure the Devil Nezha to his tomb, the world's finest heroes use the Lantern's power to their full advantage, and via the energy of the Lantern, the heroes punch the villain Nezha square in the face, causing him to hurl upwards towards the sky. But wait, there's more, because that's when Supergirl shows up, and from there she punches Nezha as hard as she can, and sends him flying down, landing him straight on the island where the tomb of Nezha lays. With Superman flying Batman to the ground, the Doom Patrol rushes to check up on Supergirl, but she rises from the rubble with Nezha's unconscious body. Now Bruce asks about Robin's whereabouts. However, she tells him to listen closely, since they don't have much time, since the devil will recover quickly. And so she lets them know that the warriors of Xi confirmed that the tomb is the only way to imprison the Devil Nezha. But much to the shock of the world's finest heroes and the Doom Patrol, she makes it known that the only way the tomb can be permanently sealed is from the inside. Meaning, someone will have to sacrifice himself in order to seal away the Devil Nezha. And that, folks, was the end of Batman Superman World's Finest, issue number 4. And thank you guys for checking out my video, as it truly means the world to me. And as always, I'm your majestic sayer over at SuperCliff, and if you guys are new to the channel, then do me a solid by smashing that like and subscribe button, and also hit the notification bell so that you'll never miss out on an upload, and so that you'll always be kept up to date with your favorite top tier comics happening in the comic book world. Now tell me, what are your thoughts and opinions on this issue? Are you guys excited for issue number 5? Let me know down in the comment section below. And until the next video, peace.